To be honest, I wasn't really sure about going about making this video because I've already covered a significant portion of what you're gonna see here today. But that being said, I've lost count of how many folk have been asking for one of these, and I can see the benefit of having all the magic information compiled into one place. So here you go. Our magic tab guide. But before we can even begin to break down anything magic related, we must unlock tier 1 magic recipes. And to do that, we must build the Press the Hat-tator. The boards and Dapper Hat are very straightforward, but make sure to trap the rabbits and not just straight up kill them. And by the way, any skin you have for the top hat translates to the Press the Hat-tator, which too is a lovely touch. First up, the pan flute. You'll need some reeds from the swamp and a single rope, but the other component, a mandrake, may not be so familiar. Mandrakes are pretty darn rare, and only 2 to 5 are gonna spawn per world anyway. Your best chance is to go looking for them in grasslands, but note that the cave can house them too, but I reckon it's gonna be a lot harder to find them down here. The pan flute itself has a total of 10 uses, and using the item puts all mobs in a significant radius to sleep. This can be used to shave beef flow, even when it's not night, although they're still not going to be super happy about it. You can farm birds with Wicker's Birds of the World and Feather Hat combination, or even calm the raging fires that course through Dragonfly. The flute animation takes roughly a second to actually take effect, so be very mindful there. But once you get it down, you'll be an expert. Those are just a couple of options available, but rendering mobs, including big bads, pretty darn useless for a time is obviously advantageous. But don't let the flute reach 0%. Use the Ancient Deconstruction Staff to save the mandrake itself and thus aid in being able to craft additional flutes over and over again. But since we're playing music, we might as well start our one-man band. Our next magic item on the list. Pull together 2 gold, 4 nightmare fuel, and 2 pig butts to create an item that will likely appear useless at first, seeing as it will just begin to drain your sanity by 2 per minute, while also just banging and clashing about. But the one-man band has a very specific purpose, and that's befriending some loyal pork or carrot munching friends. The band lasts for 3 minutes, so managing the use of it is a pressing necessity. However, the item allows to pretty much instantly befriend 9 pigs or bunnies for manual labor, some civil wars between them, or for other combat scenarios. My advice, equip it, get your followers to do what you want, and then immediately unequip it to preserve the durability and your sanity, as more followers means more Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Furthermore, the one-man band can be placed within Hutch along with a light bulb or a glowberry to summon forth Music Box Hutch. He'll continue to work just like a normal Hutch, but he comes with a lovely, soothing set of music and a plus 40 sanity per minute aura for the player, which is absolutely amazing to be honest. And if you want more Music Box Hutch, then you gotta put more one-man bands within him. Beardby's scared of the dark, so he needs a Nightlight. Fueled by Nightmare Fuel and Nightmare Fuel alone, Nightlights last for nearly 9 minutes at fully fueled, but note that they will not be providing warmth during that time. So don't go hoping to heat up your bits by these come winter. Oh, and your sanity is also going to drop faster when near them. To be honest, it's entirely an aesthetic choice when it comes to these things, I believe. But I gotta say, they do look nice. What do we say to the God of Death? The life-giving amulet requires 3 gold, 2 fuel, and a single red gem to craft, and does more than save your skin from inevitable peril. If your health is low, the amulet will return 5 health per 5 hunger every 30 seconds until it uses all of its 20 uses. Plus, it provides a little sanity boost along the way. But again, if you die, the amulet will allow you to haunt it and thus receive a second chance of life. Doing so also puts some nearby mobs to sleep, allowing for some breathing space just in case you need it. The Chilled Amulet is next, and we will discuss its not so ideal durability, but the item itself can save your butt come the summer season. During its 6 minutes of use, the Ami will continue to lower the player's temperature to easily manageable levels, and this can be utilized properly by cooling down with the Ami, then switching the summer gear to prolong the durability of it all. But the Ami also comes with the added bonus of being able to freeze enemies if they hit you a set number of times. So it's kinda like a wearable ice staff. Speaking of, it's Ice Staff time. Using a small amount of sanity to cast, the Ice Staff freezes mobs at all varying levels of efficiency. Small mobs like rabbits, birds, and cocoons take but 1 blast to freeze, while others like Tree Guardians can take up to 4 to 8 blasts a turn in the mobsicles, and hitting frozen enemies thaws them immediately. But know that allowing mobs to thaw themselves will result in them de-aggroing on you, which can help you in escaping some potential bad news beard situations. The Aku Vigil, likely one not often used, or heck, even highlighted, and I don't blame you there. But if you want one and need a compass, you can find the recipe for one in the Survival tab. The Aku Vigil reveals the map area around its placement for all players in the server, even if said players haven't been through that area. So I guess it's useful for some, but the requirements to craft one, along with its very specific and pretty much one-time use, renders it rather useless to me. I mean, really, you see how small the radius is too? But hey, at least it's a map marker. But now we're getting to the fun stuff. However, we must construct the Shadow Manipulator in order to unlock the potential. Kill Tree Guardians for a bunch of living logs, farm some living nightmares for more fuel, and perhaps murder a clockwork bishop or two for guaranteed purple gems. That, or smash together a red and blue gem in order to craft one yourself. But throw it all together to construct in a machine that will allow you to manipulate the dark arts. What could possibly go wrong? We've showcased it many times in the past, but here's the quick rundown on the Dark Sword. It may drain your sanity when wielding it, but it dishes out 68 damage per hit and has 100 uses, making them some of the best weapons in the entire game. So please, fight your nightmares with nightmares. And protect your body, but not your mind, with night armor. And you're going to need reeds from the swamp to create some papyrus, but once you do, you'll have armor that may drain your sanity by 10 per minute, but it provides 95% physical damage protection at 525 durability total. Also be aware though that the 10% of the damage taken will be translated to further sanity drain as well. But again folks, don't just get your noggin smashed in repeatedly. Kite the things for Pete's sake. Another day, another gimmick. The Bat requires 5 bat wings to craft, so camp a sinkhole come dusk or go gun-ho on their own turf to get some. The Bat deals 42.5 damage per each of its 75 uses, but its true purpose is leeching 6.8 health from enemies per hit, as long as you have the health to gain, that is. If you don't, it's a pretty mediocre weapon, but it should be used against smaller mobs and even Chester if and when you need a little health top off. Oh, and it's gonna drain your sanity each hit too, by the way. But death by fire is always an option, right? Or is it? The Fire Staff is next and requires another spear, but a red gem this time around. Think an Ice Staff, only not at all, as the Fire Staff allows you to get some mobs ablaze for 48 to 56 damage overall. Sadly, the staff is extremely underpowered and downright useless all things considered, especially because you need to wait until a mob has gone out in order to deal the maximum damage as said before. Plus, a mob on fire means everything on fire. The Nightmare Amulet. Pretty self-explanatory. Wear it to instantly become cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in order to farm additional nightmare fuel, pass through the many obelisks in the atrium, or even aid in the ancient Fuel Weaver boss fight itself. Very nice. But since we're feeling purpley, let's talk the Telelocator Staff. You'll be paying a rather hefty price for it, so it must be pretty special, right? Well, at 5 uses, the staff allows the player to randomly teleport themselves and other creatures almost instantly at the cost of 50 sanity a zap, occasionally causing a change in the weather too. And make note, the staff will work different in the caves. Expect some mini earthquakes when using it down under, and watch your head. We can have much more control than that though, folks. We'll just need a Telelocator focus in order to get it. Place it wherever you wish, socket 3 additional purple gems in its pillars, and now, upon using a Telelocator Staff on yourself or another mob, you'll no longer poof somewhere random, but rather spawn right within the focus. As you can imagine, this is very useful for trapping mobs for farms, or even some quick getaways for you. But if we're talking teleportation, then the Lazy Deserter cannot go unmentioned. To get the blueprint for the craft, you can either choose to feed Antline a specific trinket called the Beach Toy, obtainable via fishing in the Oasis Lake, or through straight up murder of the Summer Queen herself, which is easy enough. But if you need more desert stones, make sure to feed Antlion some other trinkets to nab some first. The deserter will require 2 people to fully operate, but know that you can tally anyone, anywhere instantly. The deserter can still be used to force a solo-ish nightmare farm though as well, with its 50 per minute drain. Man, all this walking and talking has made me hungry. Perhaps the Belt of Hunger could help. Head on down under and murder some slurpers. They have a 50% chance to drop a pelt, and once you smash 5 of them together, you have a wearable item that restores some sanity, but also reduces hunger loss by 40%. Pair this with a Mighty Wolf for longer, mightier forms, or just use it on characters that struggle with hunger. Or, heck, even just use it if you simply struggle with hunger overall. And finally, the moon dial. If you're unaware of how to create moon lenses, you need to first create cratered moon rock and then socket the gem you need for a specific craft, and look in the refinement tab to know what I'm talking about. The moon dial is as simple as they come. It simply just shows which stage the moon is at, and oh boy, it looks mighty lovely come an actual full moon night. Wait, hold up, I've done it a flippin' again, folks. The meat effigy was forgotten. Be cuckoo for Gogo Buffs and hunt some rabbits up above or down below as well to get some beard hair. That, or have a Wilson do a little shave now and then. The meat effigy allows you to have a second chance at life, just like the life-giving amulet, but it comes at a cost far greater than the life-giving Ammy, so choose wisely. But the animation is way cooler than the actual revive though, so I know what I'm picking. But there you have it, everyone. Yet another breakdown of yet another crafting tab, and don't starve together. Magic leads to some incredible things, but also some gimmicks along the way. But in the end, it is key to our survival in this dark, dark world. Thanks for watching, folks. Well wishes to all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.